Blending old school with the new age innovation, the Lions remain one step ahead of the league, running a truly beautiful offense. There are no style points in the NFL. However, Ben Johnson uses his creativity to exploit football's fundamentals. This offense is a joy to watch. So let's show you how they scheme it up and why so many teams are trying to hire this man. Football at its very essence is about three things: numbers, angles, and players. A coordinator's job is to use these fundamentals and manipulate them to create success for his team. Here, Ben Johnson is a grand master, understanding how to manipulate the numbers count in both the run and the pass, how to set up advantageous angles for his players, and constantly working to find mismatches in talent. Let's start with the run game, where the Lions supersede the creativity across the league. But most importantly, this cleverness has a purpose, always looking to attack the opponent with the numbers and angles advantage. With too high becoming such a popular pre-snap look, many fans have been screaming at their teams to just run the damn ball. But it ain't as easy as it sounds, with the quarter's defensive system having both safeties in the run fit. This gives them 8 or 9 to defend the run, meaning 11 and even 12 personnel sees itself at a disadvantage. We have a whole video coming up about run fits and modern defensive run schemes, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Ben Johnson's counter is to just put his whole damn team in the box. Even in 11 personnel, he's going to bring everyone in to create a 10 in the box look and overwhelm the Cardinals by getting every player involved in the action. Patrick will release to the second level. Jameson Williams will start jet motioning before return orbiting behind for the fake end around. And St. Brown works back across the formation as if he's J-Mo's lead blocker, creating a split zone action. Bringing Raw across allows Brock Wright to seal down as the rest of the line blasts the Cards off the ball, creating a huge running lane. With 10 men in the box, 2 receivers working back across the motion, and a wall working its way towards you, you can see how the Cardinals get caught out of position. And this is the basis of their offense. Condense to get more players into the box and get your receivers involved in the run game. Then create clever angles to pull apart defenses. The motion is an excellent way to add unaccounted for blockers and overload one side of a defense. Bringing the tight end across on the motion, the Lions get an extra man to the near side before the Rams can shift to defend it. And thanks to the condensed split from the receiver, he can chip down on the end, getting Sewell and Laporta out to clear the way for Gibbs. The safety can join the party from his too high alignment, but when he's got to get to the edge, there's a chunk to be had. Ben Johnson gets an extra man into the play again with the motion, but this time Raw will short motion and create an extra number on the backside of his outside zone. The defense doesn't have time to adjust its front, and both guards have space to climb and get to the second level defenders. Dante Stills gets his lid outside Sewell to send the run back inside, but not before he's been walked off the line. And with both guards on backers, Gibbs has a lane to hit with pace. Garrett Williams ain't ready for Gibbs' speed and whiffs the tackle, and only Budda Baker stops this going crib. More good manipulation leads to another big run. The Hawks are in a too high shell, but will rotate to play single high 3-3 fire zone, thinking they have enough to defend against the run. However, Amon-Ra will short motion, wrapping through the C-gap and blocking the mic as part of Detroit's outside zone. Witherspoon's going to come on the run blitz, but Sewell does just enough to distract him, allowing Montgomery to get to the edge. And that's another part Detroit are so good at, getting the outside zone to the edge. The condensed alignment allows Tim Patrick to help down on the edge player before springing to the corner, sealing him inside and creating an outside alley. When teams can gash you in the run, it forces the defense to declare their coverage earlier in fear of getting caught rotating. Good coordinators will then likely start to run blitz, opening up space in the passing game. That's exactly what happened in this Seahawks game, as McDonald started sending bodies to make up for his overmatched front, allowing Goff to time a beauty through the heart of the run blitz. Sending 6, the deep crossers has the defense outnumbered deep, and Goff throws the anticipation ball of the season, twisting the knife into the Hawks to put the game away. Why McDonald is running such an aggressive 3-under-2 defense is due to the dominance they were facing on the ground, something advanced metrics fail to encapsulate. Johnson is also a big proponent of the shift, reorganizing his troops to keep the defense on the back foot. They start out in a condensed I left, but the extra linemen and tight ends shift to make it west-right formation, forcing the Cardinals to declare a new box, getting a great bubble to run at. They've again got all 11 men in the box, and the jumbo line has the Cardinals darting in to try to stop it, leaving a huge cutback lane off a pseudo-offensive line. The spacing of Amon-Ra backside allows him to climb to his corner and seal him out on the angle. And that's exactly what we'll talk about after I shift to the sponsor of this video, Geology. Geology is a 36-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company who creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you. With just a simple 60-second quiz, Geology and their team of derm-grade professionals create a personalized routine designed for you and delivered right to your door. Personalized skincare sets include a 2-pack of salicylic acid face wash, my favorite moisturizing face cream with SPF 15, retinol night cream, and eye cream. I love the way my skin feels after using their products, keeping me fresh and smooth, especially with dry skin season coming up. So what are you waiting for? Use my link and code in the description and grab 70% off your personalized skincare trial set, plus an additional 50% off in add-ons. Again, that's 70% off your personalized skincare trial set, plus an additional 50% off add-ons when you use my code. Skincare has never been this easy, thanks to the good folks at Geology. When you can't find a straight numbers advantage, it's angles you've got to exploit. And here, Ben Johnson's mastery continues. He's not afraid to run out their shit, and I thought this was just another condensed formation to open up angles for a sweep. But when you get to the end zone view, you see how messed up the splits are. Looking like a JV team on the first day of camp, Ra is a step wider than usual on the tight bunch. The A gap appears wide open between the left guard and center, and then Sewell is a gap over again at right tackle. The 3-tech gets frozen, not sure which angle he's about to get attacked from, and the angles allow the pitch sweep to open up beautifully. Ra's extra step allows him to get the edge, and by shifting the left portion of the line a gap over, all of their angles are easier to get to. The pin downs are easier, the sweeps can get wide quicker, and the left guard gets a free and much easier climb to zero. Perfect play for Gibbs' style, and he's got an alley to the edge. Nobody runs more combinations of trap than the Lions, and here's a variant, the fold concept. Ra will again short motion to get involved in the box, and the tight ends will then exchange blocking assignments, with Laporta wrapping inside Brock Wright. This allows Zeitler and Sewell to double team the D tackle, opening up a gap for Gibbs to slither through. Here's a similar play, again getting receivers involved, and blockers at better angles. Ra wraps inside the C gap to attack the Mike, allowing the line to double block on the D tackles. The linebackers squeeze inside to fit their gaps, but they're a man short with the motion, leaving an open B gap for Montgomery to cut back into. And this one doesn't work out, but it's more use of receivers to block, this time with one of the most difficult and funky blocks you'll ever see. Ra again is in short motion, and then will turn 180 to become one of the down blocks for the crunch concept. Talk about asking your guy to do the hardest block you can think of. And it almost works. A hole opens through the design gap, but Gibbs rushes his dive, and the crunch just doesn't have time to set up. We showed shifts to create numbers, but they also create angles advantages too. Here, shifting from split backs to a full house formation. The D-line stays static, and this means they have the angles for the sweep, getting Gibbs out wide again and hitting a huge crease to get inside the 10. As you've seen throughout, the wide receivers are a fundamental part of this run game. Ra is basically a lead blocker, and even the fast boys have got to contribute in these condensed formations. And for all that effort and expenditure, they're rewarded as ball carriers too. The good design continues, with Raymond first orbit motioning as the ball is snapped, looking like a distraction for the inside run, only for J-Mo to get the ball and Khalif becomes his lead blocker. A wall's created backside, and it's another first down. And they're all willing to block because they all get touches. This time it's Raymond getting the ball on the counter bluff end around that everybody's been running. Johnson's clever coaching isn't just saved for the run. Similar tricks are employed in the passing game too, using motion, shifts, and misdirection to again attack the foundations of football. Here's a Ben Johnson special, tight end leak, providing misdirection so the offense loses track. They start in a 4-strong alignment, trying to indicate which direction they're going to the defense. They then bring Ra in motion on the return orbit and fake the handoff to him, pulling 2 defenders to chase Ra as 56 joins the corner in pursuit. Troy Reeder has the running back coming out of the backfield on the wheel, but this leaves nobody accounting for the tight end, who's wide open after leaking out of the block. Masterful design. And another way to increase your numbers is to get your QB involved. This is Ben Johnson though, so you know there's going to be a little bit of extra sauce on it. Laporta will first motion across to form a tight bunch left, before working back across the formation on what appears to be an end around to Ra, again showing his love for getting his receivers involved. However, this is all just to drag the defense right, as Goff wheels out into the vacated half field. The edge notices, but it's far too late, as Ra hits Goff with a rainbow. Modern defenses are incredibly crafty with how they deal with uneven splits, using a variety of pass-off concepts to remain locked down. However, angles are always going to be there to exploit, with only 11 men to cover 100 by 53 1/3 yards. Through formations and motion-based movement, Johnson can open up angles even more, delivering dagger shots to defenses while making throws easier for his QB. All these condensed formations opened up sideline space to attack, and the most fruitful way to use it is with the deep ball. The Bucs are in man and plays pretty well, but when you run 4-2 and you've got a corner route from a condensed formation, you've got a lot of space to work with. The 7-man protection provides a great pocket, and Goff shows us an even better rainbow. And this time, they'll use the condensed formation to get a drag across the field quicker, clearing out the space by putting St. Brown in motion. The nickel blitzes, and that requires the Mike to carry J-Mo across the field. And that's just not happening, as he outruns him into the wide open grass. Ben Johnson's understanding of angles goes beyond just route design though, and into football's next evolution, the downfield lateral. He knows he can go to his number 1 target on the slant, and understanding how the defense is going to collapse in on the catch creates an easy flip back to the running back coming underneath. Gibbs hits the open grass, and more great design has Laporta out as the lead blocker on a mismatched corner. We've talked a lot about numbers and angles in this video, but that misses the third part of the equation, the players. It's the troops on the field that win you games, and nobody's going to argue with you that this Lions offense is stacked. The NFL has become a matchup league, and that's ever more true with so much of the league running really similar systems. But this doesn't mean you can't make matchups easier through your X's and O's. And this, once again, is where Ben Johnson shines. Ra is the engine of this offense, and you'd have known how good he was going to be if you subscribe to our Patreon, where you can see our college scouting report on him back from 2021. But just because he's good doesn't mean you can't get him easy targets. Here, they motion out Jameson Williams, leaving Ra as the 3 and the responsibility of the Mike, which he quickly dusts and cuts up the other linebacker before being brought down. And when you've got a speedster, sometimes you gotta just put him out wide and let him go 1-on-1. Here's a shot to J-Mo where he absolutely cooks his man on the double move. And we say it every Lions video, but this line is a weapon in itself. And Ben Johnson maximizes their athleticism and strength with diverse run calling. It's one thing to have talent, it's another to make it shine. From fundamentals to trickery, this Lions offense has it all. And providing they don't beat themselves with turnovers, should be able to take it to damn near any defense in the league. Johnson stayed loyal to the Lions in the offseason, feeling he had unfinished business in Motown. But with results like these, you know teams are going to be blowing up his phone in the offseason. We'll see how long he can turn away the temptation of a head coaching job. But until then, Ben Johnson remains the best OC in the game.